What's good? Uh, what's good, YouTube subscribers? What's good? What's good? American RX for another one, and just gonna be pushing out a few videos here and there. Right now, I'm gonna focus on like language, words, phrases, terms. I'm saying. So you guys could be on game, and I'm saying, to see what's really going on here, what we are dealing with, what we've been dealing with, and what has been our downfall for so many years, and the reason why we've been down so long, and they keep kicking us while we're down. And it's real simple, people. It's just you gotta, just take up a book and read. I'm saying. Learn to properly read, I'm saying? Read with overstanding, read with insight, oversight, read with a spiritual eye, I'm saying? See, over the years, they haven't taught us to read properly. We are just calling words, sounds, we have not read. So, this is just one of the little trickeries that they use, and through tacit agreement, through your acquiesce. You don't understand that if you don't respond to certain things in a proper way, and you acquiesce, and you have agreed, whether directly or indirectly, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know your position, because everything is all about trust law, you know what I'm saying? It's all about a trust, whether a constructive trust, a express trust, or a resulting trust. You got trust like those, you know what I'm saying? They all serve their purpose in their rightful time and place. But you got to understand your position, however, in all of these trusts and setup. You got to know your role. So yeah, I'm gonna dig on color of law, what it is, how our people get tripped up in these words, sorcery, and improper sentence structure. Let's get to it. So, color of law, right? In United States law, right? The term color of law denotes mere semblance of a legal right, right? What is a legal right? Legal right is still color of law, all right? Because legal is not lawful, right? Illegal and legal is not lawful. Has nothing to do with lawful. Legalities deal with policies set by a corporate body. Okay, the pretense of appearance of right, It's a pretense. When you are pretending, what does that mean? Hence, an action done on a color of law adjust colors, right? Colors, as you know, means to hide. Hide what? The real thing, the truth. Okay. The law to circumstance gets set up apparently legal action contravenes the law, right? Under color of authority is a legal phrase used in the U.S. indicating that a person, we all know what person is, right? McDonald's, Burger King, those are persons. You know what I'm saying? Walmart, that's a U.S. citizen. Burger King is a U.S. citizen. You know what I'm saying? just stay with me. It's claiming or implying the acts he or she is committing are related to and legitimizing by his or her role as an agent, right? So, agent, right? Pay attention. Agent. So what is an agent? An accommodating party, right? To whatever entity the entity is. Agent could be a representative. Usually, agent could be the trustee. But what is that trusteeship? Trust the role of a trustee, right? So you gotta pay attention to these terms. Agent of a government power, especially if the acts are unlawful. Okay. So you will see that legal and lawful is two different things. So it say right here, And the color of authority is a legal phrase used in the U.S. indicating that a person is claiming or implying the acts he or she is committing are related to and legitimized by his or her role as an agent or a government power, like your police, your public servants. You know what I'm saying? What I have realized, the government entity and their agents, you gave them authority, right? As man, as woman, you gave them you delegate your authority to them to act in a certain way, to conduct themselves in a manner that they should never abridge the trust or break the trust relationship between you and them. You vested your trust within them. They are your trustees, right? The problem is the role was switched when you indirectly agree to become subjects, right? When you become a subject, that means you're under the entity that you delegate your authority to. Now, a person can have authority, but a person doesn't have rights. Man have rights. Man have authority. Man gave the authority to a person, vests the authority to a person, but man didn't give the person rights. Okay? So that you gotta realize, alright? Color of law. Color of law refers to an appearance of legal power to act that may operate in violation of law. Okay? So color of law means hiding law, violates real law, okay? God's law, right? For example, if a police officer acts the color of law, authority to arrest someone, the arrest, if it is made without probable cause, right? Probable cause, pay attention, standard by which police authorities have reason to obtain a warrant. So they need a warrant to arrest any man or woman, right? They actually be in violation of law. So, you see, legal and illegal is not lawful, right? In other words, just because something is done with the color of law does not mean that the action was lawful, right? When police act outside their lawful authority and violate the civil rights of a citizen, right? Civil rights. So even as a citizen, you're not supposed to violate your privileges, right? Because a citizen can only be granted privileges, only privileges from its government and are subject to its government, right? Even within that context, they still not supposed to violate you on the color of law. Even though this within itself is color of law, civil rights is color of law. Okay? The FBI is tasked with investigating. The U.S. Supreme Court has interpreted the U.S. Constitution to construct laws regulating the actions of law enforcement community under color of law. Okay? So, the U.S. Constitution, right, construct the laws regulating. So, I think that's the commercial clause, right? I don't remember what clause is it, but there's a intercourse, right? Commercial laws, right? Where the federal government regulates commerce. Commercial clause, right? Interstate commerce, right? Where this is where they create all these colorable courts, like your traffic court. You know what I'm saying? Those are all on the color of law, right? This is where you got separation of powers, right? It is a crime for one or more persons, right? Pay attention, using power given by a governmental agency. Remember, I told you earlier, a person doesn't have rights. God is not the respecter of persons. Okay? But they may be vested with authority, right? Using the power given, right? A governmental agency. Who's the government? The people, okay? Local, state, or federal. Deprive or conspire willfully to deprive another person of any right protected by the Constitution or laws of the United States. Criminal acts under color of law includes acts within and beyond the bounds or limits of lawful authority. Off-duty conduct may also be covered if official status is asserted in some manner. Color of law may include public officials and non-governmental employees who are not law enforcement officers, such as judges, okay, prosecutors, and private security guards, right? So your judges are acting under color of law, your magistrates. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, those are administrators of those lower courts, of those commercial courts, like your traffic court, the criminal court, because criminal court is no commercial, right? Deprivation of rights under color of law, right? The deprivation of rights under color of law is a federal criminal offense which occurs when any person, right? Pay attention, person, we all know what person is, right? Under color of any law, statute, ordinance, regulation, or custom willfully subjects any person on any U.S. territory or position to deprivation of rights, any rights, privileges, or immunities. So include privileges. So you gotta realize it's tricky, because when you're talking about person, a person doesn't have rights, but you see they throw privileges within it. Okay? So any rights, right? Man have rights, woman have rights. Because that's by nature's law. You have rights, you have free will. Okay? Our immunities, being an alien, are by reason of his color. Right? Alien, attention. Okay? Alien means you have no land. Okay? You're not from here. Or by reason of his color or race. Color, here you go again. Race than are prescribed for punishment of citizens. When two or more persons conspire to prevent the exercise of constitutional rights, okay? The attention, constitutional rights. The Constitution does not give you rights. It is for the public servants to honor and to keep them in check, to protect the trust that the people vested with it in them. Okay? They have a trustee relationship to the people, okay? Or to punish an individual for having exercised them. It is deemed a conspiracy against rights, right? 18 U.S.C. Section 241. Death penalty is the death penalty, okay, is applicable in extreme cases when crimes cause the death of individual being deprived of constitutional rights. Okay? So color of law deprives your constitutional rights. Okay? So you should let all your public servants know whenever they're doing something that makes you uneasy or uncomfortable, or you feel like you're limited in your capacity as a man or a woman, you should let them know they're doing it under color of law, right? Color of office, okay? These are different terms within the color. The first one, acts usually committed by a public official under the appearance of authority, but exceeds such authority. An affirmative act or mission committed under color of office is sometimes required to prove malfeasance. Okay? So malfeasance is a misconduct, right? That's punishable by law. Right? They're breaking the trust. They're liable. You have to hold them liable. Color of title, okay? In property law refers to a claim to title. So people with mortgages, homes, pay attention to color of title, all right? You have to claim the land, right, as man. Land was given to man. The dominion, the dominion is a trust. The land is in the trust. You are the caretaker of that trust. Okay? So if you're not dealing it from that perspective, you're only having a color of title, all right? In property law, and government cannot give you title to anything, right? Because the government cannot own nothing. When I say government, I'm talking the entity acting as the people who act as they have so much power over the people. That's what I'm talking about.